Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High on this Friday episode with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vage. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning. I decided to stay on the beautiful island of Rotan. I canceled my next 2 weeks of travel. It's too nice here. It's too relaxing here. I have so much work with the financial summit a month away, and traveling to other parts of Latin America was not in the cards. So I'll do some more diving. So that'll be good.
Are you in the
And
bedroom now? Are you in your bedroom? Are you in your bedroom or in the main room?
I'm in the living room.
Oh, the
Put
view
a
from
I'm in
your
a really nice
bedroom is
apartment.
awesome.
I didn't set
Yeah.
up my webcam. This is just my laptop cam. That's the view from my living room. I have a nicer view from the bedroom, which is down the hallway. I rented a uh, an apartment on the top floor of the tallest building on the island of Rotan. Maybe I shouldn't give too much information here, but yeah, I wanted to like live in a nice, comfortable apartment. Actually, I almost bought an apartment in this building when I first visited Rotan back in April of last year. I almost bought an apartment in this building, but the top floor apartments, the nicer ones, were already sold. There was one apartment left. It's actually on the same side of the building as this apartment, facing the front, ocean view. It would have been on like the lowest livable floor, which is like floor 6. And I don't know. Last minute, I decided to hold off on that purchase. The apartment was just too small. It was a little one bedroom, like 40 square meters or something. The one I'm in right now is about 65 square meters, so it's a little bit more decent.
Well, hopefully on the next development they build decent sized rooms, and maybe I'll come over and join you. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
let's go into the charts because it is really interesting. Oh, I almost did the wrong thing then. All right, cool, cool. Here we go. Look, Bitcoin got above 100,000 for a sneak. I'm starting on the daily right now for a split second right now, but it got stopped in its tracks on the 50 simple moving average. But let me clean up this chart. So in last night's show, for the whole week really. I'd been in a trade from 96,128, and it had almost got me out many times. And like what 2 minutes after the show last night, Tone, when you said you should set your stop loss at 96,890 or something like that, and I gave it a tiny bit more room. It would had a tiny bit to go, and I said, "Nah, look, 96,800. I'm set my stop loss." And it came and got me out of the stop loss, but it came all the way back down below my entry, so that's fine. I'm going to clean up these charts right now. I am back long once again. I entered a trade not too long ago, about an hour ago, so we'll review that in a minute. Daily is interesting. I don't like how quickly it's fading, but when we go down the time frame, it'll
It's a
look
10 a.m. reversal as well, right? Keep in mind, it's
yeah,
literally reversed at exactly 10 a.m.
like it's melting as we speak right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go down to the lower time frames. This is why I entered the trade. I tried to draw this last night. I don't know why it wasn't letting me. Oh, it's okay. Here we go. This is the thing I tried to draw last night, and that was pretty good, I thought. And look, that's why I entered the trade as well. I like the MRI count that we had, and I like that we were breaking this descending this line here, and we were getting really close to it. So I just front ran it slightly when the candle opened because I like that we came back down and retested the 7. I'll try and get a bit close to that. Like it was just too perfect in the moment where we opened the candle, came back, retested the 7, and had worked our way back up. The green star had appeared. I thought we were just going to break that where I'm having it. But we came to the dollar of the 200 simple moving average. We got through the 50, but I mean, that's TA doesn't work, obviously, with the 7 being touched and the 200. But now we're fading in real time. And I'm in this trade, and now I have to monitor it. I thought we had kicked on. I can see definitely a case both sides, which we've been making all week, where we're just getting this is the breakout, the obvious breakout. I told you I make the obvious trades. That's the obvious breakout. That's the obvious shakeout. Can we just regain over the next, not just this 45 minutes, but then the next 4-hour period, the body of the day in America. I think there's a high chance we can. This makes total sense to me that we did the breakout fake and then it crashed down because it was too obvious. Now we'll just follow it back up. The question is, will I stay in the trade? Yes, but not not below break even. I'd probably just break even it out and look to re-enter if I'm still awake. That's the 4 hour. I have high hopes for it, but I don't like how quickly it's doing this, right? This sucks. And it's the same thing on the 15-minute, right? Like the breakout is quite obvious. It got to an MRI top, got to a red star, red diamond, alphanumerics, both quite near each other. And then at the 10 a.m. reversal, I can't wait to hear Tone talk about that. Bang. I think that this can rebuild, as I said. But even if it comes back down, like it'll be real close to come back down to retouch the breakout point, which I just arbitrarily drew. I could have made it tighter. Maybe I can like make it tighter. It might come back down to exactly those moving averages here that we have on the 15-minute, which coincides beautifully with that breakout descending triangle. That would make total sense for me as well to have a nice strong day and going into the weekend with power and just shake out a few of the dud traders who got in too high. That's what I see happening here. I'm just going to finish on the weekly because it is the final day of the week and see how we're looking on the weekly. Look, it's the same jazz, right? We're in the belly of the beast, which we've been in all week. Smack in the middle of Tone's no trade zone, and for good reason. This is where you can get caught in a lot of bad trades. It's exactly in the middle. I just want to see for peace of mind. I don't want to see this close as a dragonfly. I don't want to doji. I don't want to see it close red. I just want to see it close comfortably above with the body being bigger to the green side than the red side. That's what I want to see with 2.5 days left. And I think there's a chance for it. I mean, the fact that we've throughout this week come back to 102, 600 would be fantastic to finish somewhere nearer to that than here or definitely red. Coming off screen share now, Tone. Give me 2 seconds. Look, it's been a bit of a funny week, to be honest. The price has been difficult to trade. I'm suppose for a lot of people. We're still in the middle of that zone. I think there's a chance here, but I mean, we're dropping as we speak. We're almost down to my entry. So don't know. See what happens in the show. I'll let you know by the end of the show if I'm still in the trade. Please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Use the affiliate links in the description below. Join the Discord group. Join the Black Box. Tone, what do you got for us, mate, on this Friday show?
Let's go to the charts. So at exactly 10 a.m., the University of Michigan Consumer Survey came out, literally right at 10 a.m. It came in very, very low. So this is Americans are somewhat pessimistic about the economy. That's what the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey is. And look at the stock market and what happened at 10 a.m. These gaps, I mean, remember, stock market trades every second of opening hours. And at exactly 10 a.m., the stock market had a gap. This isn't like, market didn't trade for half a day. This was how many percent? Oh, can't see. This was a 0.2% gap in a fraction of a second because the stock market trades in fractions of seconds these days with bot trading. This is the S&P 500 literally gapped between 10 a.m. and 1 second later. Okay. It's like Bitcoin gapping like that. Like it trades every second of every, Bitcoin trades every second of every day. S&P 500 only trades every second during a 7-hour span. Just to give you an example, this was the gap between Thursday at 4 p.m. and Friday at 9:30. So this was the gap over the 10-hour window or more than 10 hours between 4 p.m. and 9 a.m. So it's like 15 hours of no trading. And this was a gap in real time that should never have gaps. And that's what this was. Okay. So this happened at exactly 10 a.m. matched with the 10 a.m. reversal absolutely perfectly. If we go to the 10-minute chart, see same gap. 10-minute chart ironically had an MRI top there, but again, I don't pay attention to that because there was a gap overnight and stuff. And here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin just trades more fluidly. And same thing at exactly 10 a.m. Boom, we got crushed. Now, I think this is an overreaction. I think this is a bot overreaction. And I do think there's a high probability that we will recover this by the end of day. In addition, we are still paying attention to Max Payne. Matt, always remind me to talk about Max Payne on a Friday show. This is our. Are you going to refresh? You can see, I think these numbers are delayed because I think they're saying that the underlying price is 56. I think the underlying price is way lower than 56. Yeah, it's because it's a delay. It's like, I don't know, 20-minute delay, half an hour delay, whatever it is, right? I still think we will recover and we will close. Oh wait, I'm sorry. We gotta close at Max Payne. Max Payne's actually lower than current price, so we may not recover. I forgot how much we gained overnight, so we're now above Max Payne. So it's possible Bitcoin will not recover because now option traders are very incentivized to keep the price at 55 and a half instead of bringing it up to 56 or 57. So that's the new Max Payne. I can swear this was 57 yesterday, and now it's 55. So Max Payne does adjust, but the closing price tends to be near Max Payne. Right now, we're above 55 and a half. So while I think that the crash in the market was a little panicky, and I think there's a high probability that the stock market will recover here, Bitcoin may not. So that's all I really have to say. I don't have much else to say. We're in my no trade zone. It's very possible we're going to stay in my no trade zone into the summer. We might. Remember, my initial exit was at this price almost 2 months ago. So a month and a half ago in November, I exited. End of November. More than 2 months ago, right? So more than 2 months ago, I exited at 97.8, and everyone made fun of me. And here we are below that price today, and it's been over 2 months. So Bitcoin consolidates. I'm hoping it doesn't do this for 6 months, but guess what? Even if it does, the aftermath of that will likely be like a 60-70% increase, or at least a 50% increase. I still think we're going to hit 120s before the summer and then pull back again. But if we end up pulling back into June, July, then we can have, another one of these moves for whatever this was, 50% upside from here. And that's not bad either, right? So it'll start in June, July. And that's not bad. Takes us to 150 on the cycle chart. Oh man, we are still going down. Not good. On a cycle chart, what would a 50% move do from here? Takes us to 150. Nothing special. We do need to get above 200 by, that's only June. Okay. Yeah, so we may just stay under. So be ready for some extra consolidation here. I'm not as pessimistic as I was yesterday, even though this is a huge drop. It's Bitcoin is becoming an uninteresting market, guys, and because it has become more correlated to the S&P than at any prior time. Like I remember talking about how much Bitcoin was correlated to the S&P, and now it's correlated even more. The more Bitcoin gets sucked into the ETFs, the more correlated it becomes with S&P. And it's just a leverage trade on the S&P. So unless there are massive announcements by the political sphere, similar to what the Czech Republic just did, Czech Republic announced that any Bitcoin held for more than 3 years is not subject to capital gains taxes. If Trump does something like that, it's incredible, but it will lead to some initial selling. because now people that held their Bitcoin for years, for whatever reason, or were afraid to pay the taxes, now will get to sell it and spend it without a tax burden. But then there'll be a flood of new investors into Bitcoin willing to hold it for 3 years. Matt, what's up?
Yeah, it'd be nice if you said there's capital gains tax on Bitcoin held for 3 years starting now.
Right. Yeah. You know what? That would also be good.
Yeah.
Starting now and then 3 years later, right? So even if you held the Bitcoin for a decade, in 3 years you get no capital gains tax. That would actually be better for the price of Bitcoin. Then that's going to create a huge bull market, but they'll be selling on the back end of that 3 years and lots of it. But it will be great.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's wind her up Friday night, and I'm feeling all right.
We'll probably do a video on my personal channel, another update on what's going on in Prospera Zete here on Rotan. Those that are interested, well, first off, check out the Financial Summit, and all the info is here. The event is a month away, and there's a chance it's going to be the last one. So come and join us, guys. And Unconfiscatable is only a poker tournament this year, and it will take place May 30th. Likely to be only 50 seats unless I get some ridiculous sponsor money. And we're already like 2 tables full. So if it sells out next week, then it sells out. Then you can just come and hang out. There's no registration for the event. You can just come and hang out with us. But as far as playing poker, at the moment, only 50 players. And yeah, and on my YouTube channel, on my personal YouTube channel, there is a playlist for Prospera, and I'll do another video about Prospera. You gotta kind of find it somewhere here. It's got to be a public playlist. Maybe it's not. So display playlist. It's somewhere there. Go to playlists. Oh, it's unlisted. Okay, it's not a public playlist. But the videos are released public and the playlist is in there. So you can find the playlist. This is Prospera. And I'll do another interview with another founder of Prospera while I'm here. And this is where I usually stay. But this time I am staying in this building right here. Well, sorry, not this one, but I'll show you this building, which when this video was made didn't actually exist, but it exists now, and that's where I'm staying.
It's awesome.
All right, guys.
I'll just touch base for 1 second on the price because it's interesting that it has been moving slightly. Give me 1 second.
Rise it up again. Yeah. So look, my initial reaction is this was a bot overreaction to the consumer sentiment, which is not the most important thing in the world. So I do think there is a decent chance we'll close today up around 100 or maybe over 100. And the other question is, what does it mean for next week if we close about 100 today? So if we close at 100,000 flat today, what does it mean for next week? And my answer is, unfortunately, 100 is right smack in the middle of my no trade zone. And it's as cool of a number as 100 is, it unfortunately means nothing.
All right, I'm taking screen share for a second because this is interesting to me. Look, I was underwater in this trade while Tone was talking, and this is a 15-minute right now. This is what I was bloody hoping for, and I'm glad I didn't set any stop loss, but I was eyeballing it. Trust me. Come back, retest the 50, stay above 200, and then recapture. I won't let it go down again. I'll make that really clear. This has to bounce in the next hours. This is the time to bounce. That is a beautiful breakout. That is a beautiful shakeout. this needs to regain for me to feel comfortable in this trade. I'm not going to bed. Remember, it's like 12:30 now. I'm fine with this. It looks even better on the 4-hour. In fact, it looks unbelievable on the 4-hour that we opened this candle, came back, retouched on the 7 simple, came back to jumped up to the 200, shook out, came all the way back down, stayed above the 7, and now we're rebuilding. I would love this to close. I don't need it in 30 minutes. Mark my words. Set your alarm clock for 30 minutes on the dot. I want this candle to close above. Tony, what am I going to say?
Well, you need this current candle to close above the prior swing high.
Yeah. So if this candle closes, let's just call it 99, I'd feel really, really good going into the next 4-hour candle, which is the body of the day in America for the trading day. That's what I'm looking at right now. Close above this, feeling really, really, really good about this candle. So that's what I think. And I'm not going to leave it there over the weekend. I'll probably do 6 trades by the time we do the show. Yeah, mate.
Hey, Matt, I'm a little confused. I can swear Bitcoin was at 100K this morning, but your chart shows that it wasn't. So what am I missing?
No, it was. Look, it says right there. It came to it touched on the 200 simple moving average.
I don't see your thing because it's the same color green as your, like, I don't see the wick because your alphanumerics wave is the same color. There it is. Thank you. And
I'm so used to looking at this stuff, dude. Like you're right. The wick is on the edge of the
right, like I didn't see the wick at all, and I'm like, well, why? I was so confused by that candle. I'm like, I can swear we were higher like a few hours ago.
That's why I made that joke before that TA is bullshit. Because like, if the wick had gone in the middle of the candle, or if it had gone slightly above the 200, it just came to the dollar, which makes it look like it's it makes it look funny, right? That's just crazy, right? Like it's just insane. It just looks like the whole thing is being capped. But that's exactly what happened in this 4-hour period. The 7 simple moving average, the 200 were valid in this 4-hour period, to say the least. Hey guys, you have to check out this Karate Combat. This fight has been announced. This is the headline of the Karate Combat Pros. I'm headlining the Influencer Fight Club, which is not influencer. Influencer Fight Club. I don't know if they've dropped it all yet. They definitely not. But I'm influencing the headlining the fight card here. Going to be great. At the Karate Combat in Denver. So, guys, this is going to be massive. Add these guys on Twitter. It's going to be sweet. I've been training the house down, and can't wait. Can't wait to bring it to you.
Wrong website.
And give you some updates.
Wrong website.
I'll wait till they've done all the promo. I know. But I am training, and we got some great promos coming out really soon. Follow it on Twitter. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. Let's hope Bitcoin rallies in the next 26 minutes or whatever above that mark that I drew in. Looking good. Let's go. Goodbye. Say goodbye, Tone. I want to go. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.